Welcome to this episode of the I almost said conspiracy, the Mystery Cast, right here on Tales of Earth, the show that we live stream every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/comicsstory. And if you want to support us, you can support us on Twitch by, subbing, following, all that good stuff. You can also subscribe to Tales of Earth, and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified when we upload a new video. You can also support us by buying some Tales of Earth merch, as well as other merch related to the different brands that we support. Through the link below. With me today, we have Dan.
Hello.
And Andy.
Hola.
My fellow, can we say conspirator?
Conspirites.
Or will we get demonetized? Yeah, conspirites. Yeah.
Yes, conspirites.
Well, if it's a new word, they can't censor a word they don't know. I'm just saying.
I think they can I think they can flag it if it sounds like another word.
Yeah, I was going to say when it starts with conspire.
Yes, it does. So that means half of the Christmas songs, are now flagged. And I'm hearing crying now from upstairs.
That's actually me.
That's Andy crying.
I've also got other children trapped in my house, but they're not mine.
So today we have a list from iflscience.com. It is called the weirdest conspiracy theories of all time. Now, there are a lot of very interesting linked articles here that I may tangent on, but I will do my best not to.
You tangent? I don't believe it.
Hold on.
For example, I'm just going to give an example real fast. Fear of coronavirus-related apocalypse forces man to return ancient relics stolen in his youth.
I like that one.
Hey, that's pretty funny.
One.
Also, I'm really hoping that the reason why this website is called IFL Science is that it stands for I effing love science. I really hope.
So too.
I really hope.
I effing love science, guys.
All right, let's do some weird conspiracies.
Right. Let's get into some weird conspiracies. Number one, Electric Universe. Sounds like a disco album.
See, I would have gone with it sounds like a Saturday morning children's educational show. Like the Electric
Universe, yeah. Hosted by Bill Nye or something.
Yeah.
It's the sequel to Magic School Bus.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Miss Frizzle, yeah. And his animated neutron star companion. So, Electric Universe, fasten your seatbelts, kids. We are going to the weirdest, most unnecessary theory in stellar astronomy, the Electric Universe. The idea, which would be an awesome indie rock band name, claims that the sun and all the stars are not powered by nuclear fusion. Instead, they shine because there's a huge voltage in space. For example, they claim that since the sun is more positively charged than the rest of the universe, it attracts negative particles. Yes, they claim that the sun works like a huge light bulb. Hey, Dan, this goes way back to our first episode of Conspiracy Cast ever.
My dimmer switch on the sun.
I was gonna say, I think this was before me.
It was back when it was me, Gary, Benny, and Rob. And we were doing the flat Earth, and I was being the devil's advocate. And in order to explain sunrises and sunsets, I was saying that the sun is on a dimmer switch, and there's just someone that's like, "Oh, it's sun time," and slowly raises it up.
Imagine
slowly turns it down.
I want that to be somebody who would get that job. Listen, do not screw this up.
Daylight savings turns out to be that guy just forgot to do it, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, it's on purpose. It's on purpose."
All right, we'll come up with the reason why they have to do that. So.
Yeah, we've printed the schedule for the sun, switch, and we've put it in one of those plastic sleeves, and we taped it up next to the switch. Okay, now the one side is one part of daylight savings time, and the other side is the other part. Okay,
makes sense.
Don't mess it up.
Perfect.
Don't mess it up.
He gets it backwards.
Yeah, it's out.
He accidentally pulled it out of the sleeve and put it in the wrong way.
Oh man. Spills his coffee on it. Oh, man. Every object in space is surrounded by electric charges. If the sun, the earth, or other stars were suddenly charged positively, negative charges would rain on them until they achieve neutrality again. Electric forces are way stronger than gravity. For electrons, charge repulsion is 10 to the 42nd power times stronger than gravitational attraction.
Obviously.
So why does it seem like gravity is so much stronger? Because gravity is only attractive, Ugh. So each bit
Just
of
like
mass
me.
adds up to a big net force, but electrical charges can either repel or attract. And when you consider them all together, their net contribution is usually zero. Of course, I mean, yeah, obviously. The electric universe doesn't explain how stars go supernova, how new elements form in those stars, or how extreme objects like neutron stars and black holes come to be. So it basically doesn't explain existence.
Listen. My job was to come up with the theory. It's future scientists' problem to come up with how it actually works.
How it works. Well, technically,
All right.
that's how theories work. You start with a theory.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you go, and then you test that theory.
Right.
So,
It's not my fault we
But
can't test it yet.
or ever.
Or ever.
I mean, you can test it. You can test it, but it won't come back positive. But my favorite part of the theory is the huge voltage that's apparently present in space. If that were true, the current would be strong enough to wipe out Earth's atmosphere and sterilize the planet completely. This is a theory for people that couldn't be bothered to learn about nuclear fusion and said, I know electricity. That will do. I don't need to learn anything new. Oh, they rhyme.
Fact.
This is a children's show.
Electric universe.
Clearly, the people that believe in this theory don't effing love science. That's for
That's
sure.
the problem.
No. Are you guys ready to charge your brains up? Anyway.
Do you effing love science?
My favorite part about
We can't
this
say
one
the real word.
is that if I'm just picturing if the universe was like entirely electrically charged like this, we would all be walking around like static hair, wouldn't we? Like everyone would just have their hair on ends.
I mean, I guess.
Instead,
Yeah. I mean,
just everyone walking around.
I don't know. I guess, I mean, I like science, but I don't, obviously I don't know everything there is to know about science. Nobody does, but
I do.
I don't actually know how necessarily like a supercharged universe like this would function.
Yeah.
Obviously it doesn't because it's not reality, but let's see here. Next one, phantom time hypothesis. Do you like round numbers? Well, not as much as Holy Roman Emperor Otto III, Pope Sylvester II, and possibly the Byzantine Emperor Constantine VII. They liked round numbers so much that they fabricated 297 years of history so they could reign in the year 1000 Common Era, at least according to Herbert Illig, Illig. Illig claims that the years from 614 to 1911 were invented and are instead phantom time. Historical evidence was forged, the figure of Charlemagne was constructed, and the calendar altered. A lot of evidence, which is what it says, is presented, and it would make a compelling case if you forget that there were people living outside of Europe at the time. This so-called phantom time encompasses most of the Tang Dynasty in China, and their detailed astronomical observations confirm the existence of those 3 centuries. The foundation of Islam and Islamic expansion across the world also happened then. The University of Al-Qarawiyyin, the oldest existing and continually operating educational institute in the world, was founded by Fatima al-Fihri in 859. I'm going to zoom in on this text. It's very lightly colored. It has been visited by many European scholars since then. So no, the Pope and the emperors didn't make up 3 centuries. Come on, you just ruined one of my favorite theories.
I was gonna say was
that actually
amazing. I was like, if these emperors made up and erased years just so they could reign in the year 1000, that's amazing. That would have been hilarious. Oh.
Well, I know Trump's next big idea. It's like, all right, guys, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to reign in the year 1000.
He's like, listen, 2020's not working out. We're going to do a little phantom time shifting. We're all just going to get to 2021 right now. It's going to be huge.
He's like, I just read about this on iflscience.com. I also effing love science, so I think this is a great idea.
No, it's going to be even better. He's going to come on and be like, I was just watching my favorite podcast, The Mystery Cast.
Oh.
Those guys have some solid ideas.
They have some great ideas, which they steal from other lists online.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
But, okay, pause for a second. What if we had actually lost time? Now, according to this theory, we would be celebrating the year 2000, right?
Okay, yeah.
And the rest of the world would be laughing at us.
Right, yes. It would, like,
or
why do the
2020
Americans think that it is whatever year?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. How did that work? Claims years 640. Okay, so we would actually be in the past. So technically, yes, we would be
We'd be
much
in like
further in the past.
1720-ish.
Yes. Right. Now, what I find funny about this is like it doesn't really matter. Obviously, time still passed.
Right. It was
like,
more of the like the idea on the calendar was constructed.
Right. What the calendar said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, if we, like we've talked about on the show before, in the event that any major world event truly changes the world, we will reset our calendar. We will. Like first contact with extraterrestrials. I don't know what other earth-shattering event could change the calendar, but it is possible.
If
like,
the
it is
earth
something
shattered,
that can happen.
that would change the calendar.
I'm surprised it didn't happen when I was born. For Andy, after Andy.
Or it did. And we've been recovering ever since, Andy.
Ever since.
Now we're in the year of AA.
After
Andy.
After Andy. Yeah, so I've always liked this idea because I like this concept because it really points to the fact that like your conception of time really is an invention of the human mind. Now, that doesn't mean time doesn't exist. What it just means is how we measure it is up to us.
Right.
I was going to say the measures we put on it and the labels we put on it.
Yes, exactly.
It was constructed by man.
Right.
Yes.
See,
exactly.
this one.
So it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to say this one it's interesting because one, it would have taken a lot of effort to convince everyone about this. Like, it's not something that one person can just go, hey, it's the year 1000 now. And this other guy that did not hear this is like, wait, what are you talking about? Isn't this 618?
Right.
Where have I been? But if it, I would love if this was more of a conspiracy of like, that period of time was completely erased from the history books. So no one in history was aware of anything that happened between those times, but there was detailed history written before as well as after. That would be a cool, like...
There was a massive world rager, and everybody...
just forgot stuff.
Everybody just forgot. What happened the last 3 centuries, man? Oh, I don't even know.
I just like the idea that the emperor came out and was like, all right, everyone, it is officially the year 1000.
You got like 20 people like,
now
again?
a Tuesday.
It is. I like Tuesdays.
And everyone's like, crap. Well, I mean, well, I guess that's not bad. We gained like 3 days back from the week. It was Thursday.
It is Taco Tuesday again.
Taco Tuesday again.
I'm also I enjoy the fact that there's 3 different emperors that did this. So there were people that were like, hey, it's the year 1000. It's a new emperor. Hey, guys, it's the year 1000 again.
Yeah. Like, so what did that last emperor do? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That sounds like fun. Why not?
Just going to rewrite his time.
It's like, so you got like the advisor sitting next to the emperor saying like, okay, so just to catch you up on the previous emperor's, what he did, the things that were within his power to do. He did this, he built this temple, he changed taxes, erased time.
He's like, wait. Go back one?
Go back one?
Sorry. What was
Change taxes?
Yeah.
Change time? Like he put his watch forward? No. He put the calendar forward like 300 years. Don't worry about it. Year
also,
1000.
he made every day Taco Tuesday.
Every day.
He was a real big fan of the Taco Tuesday.
Yes. Everything happens on Tuesdays. All right. Next one. Project Bluebeam. According to late Canadian journalist Sergei Monast, NASA was, or maybe still is, working with the Antichrist.
Sure.
That's news to me.
I'm not working with NASA.
To fake the second coming. The American Space Agency was said to be using advanced technologies to begin a new age religion that would mark the start of a new world order. This is Project Bluebeam.
This is one of the coolest things. That's
Dan, can you hit that link for us and see what it is?
It's to the Wikipedia page. Sorry, not the normal Wikipedia. Rationalwiki.org.
Rational Wiki, covering NASA's new religion. Yes, because that's what NASA was founded for.
Oh my gosh, this is a direct Wikipedia only for conspiracy stuff. Like on the right, it says, some dare call it conspiracy. What they don't want you to know. And it like lists a lot of things. And it's nice. Like sheeple and it's some crazy stuff on here.
What they don't want you to know is all this other stuff we made up.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty funny.
Ever worked with NASA. So I can tell you firsthand, this is not real.
This is not true. Not true. Monash claimed that NASA would first create earthquakes in specific locations. Okay. Where they would then uncover fabricated evidence that all religions are false. Next, a planet-wide laser show with holograms. With holograms, would introduce the one true God, but that's the Antichrist in disguise. Thanks to telepathic electronic communication, people would speak with God directly. Finally, you have alien invasions, a rupture of what? And demons invading.
I think they meant rapture.
Optics.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be rapture.
Yeah, probably rapture. Yeah, probably. And demons invading.
The rapture.
Clearly, this person effing loves
just walked
science,
around and threw up,
but doesn't effing love English.
Yeah, I'm
I was
pretty
gonna
sure
say you fake the rapture by just walking around throwing clothes on the ground, and people think the rapture
like
happened.
all these people that didn't exist before have suddenly disappeared.
But you got to put people near them, like looking up, like where did they go? Where did they go?
It's a lot of actors. It's it's a big plan.
So a fake rapture and demons invading fiber optics. This is the most 90s end of the world scenario I have ever heard of. The Space Jam of conspiracy theories. I don't think we should even bother trying to debunk it. I think we should. I totally disagree. This is so much fun. Yes.
So first of all, I'm not working with NASA, but obviously somebody got a hold of my notes.
Yeah. I
didn't see Nuke
these
Mars
these
on
are
the
100%
list.
my plans.
So all right. If the Antichrist, so now biblically Antichrist just means somebody who is anti-Christ. It's not actually a very specific person.
Except it's me.
But that aside, like in pop culture and conspiracy circles, the Antichrist is a person. Assuming this person exists and they're real, that would mean that the second coming of Christ is going to be real. So what is going to happen in the event that this is real and Jesus comes back and he's like, hey guys, I'm here. By the way, that's not me. Like, I'm just imagining, how would that go down? Like, oh, spoiled your party.
Well, it depends on when he comes down. Yeah.
Well, he comes down, he turns on the light switch to the sun and he's like, what's going on?
He's like,
What are you guys even doing down here?
What the hell?
Who threw all these clothes all over the ground?
Yeah.
There are clothes everywhere. Clean up. What are you doing?
See, I always isn't that it's a Netflix special, isn't it? Like the what would happen if the second coming of Christ happened, like whether people would believe it or not believe it, and like be incredibly suspicious and wondering what side they're on. And
right. Well, that depends on your interpretation, again, of what the second coming of Christ looks like. Biblically, it says that Jesus will return in the same way he left, which means he's going to return from the sky with like the sound of trumpets and a whole host of like heavenly beings and things like that. Some people believe that the second coming of Christ is like he'll be born again as a baby and grow up as a person, like a human being and things like that. So it depends on which interpretation you're kind of looking at.
I like to see he's going to come back in a Ford Fiesta.
In a Ford Fiesta, just a flying Ford Fiesta?
Yep, a flying
Or he's just going to ride up the road.
just
like you're like, oh man, when is Jesus going to get here? And then you turn and he's just pulling up in a Ford Fiesta.
With 500 miles playing on the cassette tape.
Exactly.
Yes. I still think this is probably one of the most wild conspiracy theories, and I would love to see what NASA employees think of this.
Right.
Like again, we always joke about interviews. I think we joke more about interviews with NASA than any other organization in the world. It's like, so I see you graduated from Caltech, fantastic. I've read your what's the word? Not cosmology. The actual science. Not cosmology. Why can I not think of this word?
I don't know what word you're trying to find, to be honest. Not astronomy.
Astronomy, thank you. Because that's a word I've used before, apparently. We've read your resume. It looks fantastic. How do you feel about falsifying a world religion? Just putting the feelers out there.
The person's like, oh my gosh, I have so many notes for you. Let me give him a book.
Read my other blog. Yeah, you should read my other blog. I call it Holograms in the Sky. It's this idea that I have, to basically like shake up the world's religions with a big light show.
Right.
I mean, it's gonna be fair, crazy.
If they were able to like fabricate some sort, I'm going off of the first interpretation you said of coming from the sky.
Sure.
Of
yes.
If they managed to actually create a giant light beam and put someone in there to make it seem like that, there would be people that would believe that.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that would be an incredible,
absolutely.
like manipulative thing, because then you start creating rifts between people already in a community that would be, if this happened now, if I ever heard of a giant light in the sky and something happened like that, I'm going to be very questioning of everything.
Well, you should.
I'm kind of liking this one.
That means you're literally falling into NASA's hands, because that's the plan. They're trying to get you to believe in the giant light in the sky.
Because I won't lie.
So if I see a giant light in the sky, I'm going to be like, all right, this is NASA trying to implement Project Bluebeam or whatever the hell it's called. And I'm just going to naturally assume that they're trying to trick me.
And he's going to walk outside and go, not today, NASA.
Not today, NASA.
That's what he says. That's every day in his life.
Every day. Not today, Space Satan.
We're sending people to Mars. Not today, NASA.
Not today, NASA. And then they're going to be like, we're going to nuke Mars and that Snake Island. I'll be like, all right, I'm with you. I get it now.
I'm with you. I'm on board.
I'm on board 100%. For
this
this one. Yeah.
And so is Elon Musk, who's actually heading the charge to nuke Mars. And,
to nuke Mars. We got to nuke Mars before they nuke us. All right.
And he's going to get an email from Elon Musk saying, I'm also worried about Snake Island. Why is no one else worried about this?
He's going to show up at my house. Thank God somebody else is finally worrying about this.
Somebody else. Oh, man.
That's the real reason he's trying to go to Mars, is to get away from Snake Island.
Forget climate change, which happens over the course of hundreds of years. Flying snakes, people.
Actually, if you think about it, like, it's so far 2020 has been the years of natural disasters. So if ever the hyper evolved snakes were going to try to take over, it would be this year.
Just look outside.
Just flying snakes going by my window.
Well, at least we're indoors. I mean, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, based on their acidity,
doors.
They could melt through our houses.
Yeah. Man,
that would be so terrifying.
For like a monster movie.
You just see your like roof just slowly caving in from all the acid.
You're just sitting there and you're like, is there a balloon letting out air? Because you're just hearing,
what is that?
You look outside.
Flood of flying snakes.
God.
Oh no, it's like that scene from Harry Potter with all the owls, but instead of owls, it's snakes.
It's the snake apocalypse.
It's the snake apocalypse.
All right, next item.
Hold
on.
Hold on. I was you saying Harry Potter just made me think. What if the different houses recruited their students in different ways. So anyone recruited by Slytherin had snakes flying with them.
Snakes arrived. If you think about it,
that'd be the most terrifying way. Sense. Yeah, no sorting hat, just snakes.
Just snakes. Magical flying and then snakes.
Gryffindor just gets these giant hippogriff lions just flying.
Yes. Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, you could go on. When you said that, the connection, I was just, I couldn't let people not know about it. All right.
I love it. All right, next one, CERN and Shiva. For those who may not know, CERN is based in Switzerland, I believe, and it's where the Large Hadron Collider is, otherwise known as the Gate to the Abyss. CERN is at the center of many conspiracy theories, but the most peculiar one is that the presence of a statue of Shiva, a gift from the Indian government, is actually a clear sign of the laboratory's more nefarious aim, to use it as a portal for Shiva to enter the world and destroy Earth.
Yeah.
First of all, CERN employs some of the smartest people on the planet, and I would like to think that if they were trying to summon a deity, they wouldn't put their effigy on the front lawn. What kind of B-movie villain behavior is that? Second of all, people supporting this theory have at best skimmed through the Wikipedia entry for Shiva, who in Hinduist mythology is not the smash villain they suggest it to be.
Shiva smash.
So, in like science fiction, especially modern science fiction, anytime you have like a portal opening somewhere or anything nefarious happening in the world of science, CERN is almost always involved. It's almost certainly involved.
So you're saying the coronavirus came from CERN? All right, good to know.
Coronavirus
That's what the
came
C
from
stands for.
Another.
Actually.
Yes, the coronavirus came from another dimension. Through a portal at CERN. Yes.
Interesting.
It stands for coronavirus entering right now. That's what CERN stands for.
Yes. People have blamed the Mandela effect on CERN, and that when when we first collided the first particles at CERN, it created a ripple effect, and like time and space shifted, and now everybody's just jumping through parallel worlds. So.
Interesting.
Yes, but I like this idea of CERN actually trying to open a portal to like a spiritual realm.
Oh yeah,
I don't know,
and release a smashy Hindu god.
Yeah, but what I find amazing is why. Like, why would you? Okay, so let's say you're successful. Like, you've spent billions upon billions of dollars on this project.
Right.
You're smashing atoms together. The portal opens. All these incredibly smart people, most of whom I'm assuming are not very religious people, realize that they've actually done it. They've opened a portal to a world destroyer. And is there even a tinge of regret? Like, is there even like a hint of maybe this wasn't such a good idea?
I've seen enough video games and movies to know that always goes in the cycle of, I'm going to bring these people here. They will appreciate me and let me rule them because I brought them here, despite them being able to kill me within an instant. And then them bringing them here and going, oh crap, they can kill me in an instant and they're not grateful at all.
It's like, oh, well, I helped them cross into this universe. They will wipe out most of humanity, but I'll be allowed to rule Canada.
Yes, assuming that
it's still there.
The deity, will allow you to rule anything and not also destroy you because they're
obviously,
you're just another peon to them. What's that?
Damn it, Andy!
I just went ew.
Ew.
Just I don't want to be peed on by them.
Especially like peed on by Shiva.
Someone shows up. I'm a god's peon. You let a god do what?
Do what to you?
What? Man, you people weird.
Oh my gosh, I love this next one.
Yeah, Finland does not exist.
I've been saying that for years.
Where are you from? Finland.
No, but
really, where are you from?
Yeah.
Where are you? Finland. No. Okay, there is an entire subreddit dedicated to the fact that Finland doesn't exist. An entire country has been created by Russia and Japan. Seriously. I'm sure the European Union must be in on it too, and the US and NASA doctoring photos, and airplane companies, and anyone who has ever been to Finland, myself included.
What if it's like that big a conspiracy though, where you think you're going to Finland, but your plane, like the entire plane, is drugged, and
right,
you wake up like a week later, and you're like, "Oh man, I was totally in Finland."
And then you don't realize it until someone else mentions their Finland trip, and it is word for word exactly what happened to you, and you're like,
"Same."
Wait a second.
You passed out too?
Wait a second.
Yeah. So I was in Finland, and weird enough, all the flags were Switzerland flags. Like they really love Switzerland and Finland. I'm just saying.
It's really weird, yeah.
Based on this really being weird. A subreddit, though, I'm surprised Finland's not full of birds and giraffes. Because according to Reddit, birds aren't real, and neither are giraffes. I mean,
birds
to
are real,
be fair,
but they're robots.
Birds we know are governmental surveillance devices. We were all aware of that.
Spy drones, yeah, of course.
But giraffes, I've seen a giraffe. And if that's a drone, then that's a very ineffective drone because it's only in one location.
Have you ever actually seen a giraffe, though? Think about it. Where did you see this giraffe, supposedly?
The zoo.
Okay. How close were you to this giraffe?
Within seeing distance.
Okay, but how far away are we actually talking?
I don't know.
Did you touch the giraffe?
I did not touch the giraffe. I want to touch a giraffe. That would be awesome.
You can't verify that the giraffe was actually there then.
That's
you it was a hologram created by NASA.
Exactly. Yep. But without physically touching it, you actually cannot confirm.
This is true.
That the giraffe was there.
This is true.
Or it was a robot.
Or it was
here's a little information on this theory. As insane as it sounds, conspiracy theorists have come up with a significant amount of evidence to back it up. Finland isn't a, quote, popular country that many people visit, so not many people can say they have seen it for themselves. They claim that the Trans-Siberian Railway was built to transport the catch from the Baltic Sea to Japan under the guise of Nokia hardware, which explains why Japan is the biggest importer of the brand's products, despite the fact that very few people in the country actually use them. Another claim is that social democrats are using Finland as an idealist model for how a liberal social democracy should be. Even the name Finland proves the theory. They claim as it comes from the fin of a fish, ignoring the fact that in Finnish, the country is called Suomi. But what about the 5.5 million Finnish people themselves and the thousands who emigrate or visit Finland? The conspirators have thought of an answer to that too. Their claim is that the Finnish people, while believing that they live in Finland, are actually residing in small towns throughout Sweden, Estonia, and Russia.
They don't even know they're actually in Sweden. What a bunch of idiots.
Well, Estonia and Russia, in remote forested areas, this is where people traveling to Finland are actually flown to. However, just like any conspiracy theory, there is strong evidence against it as well. Imagine that. For one thing, it is easy to see Finland from an airplane, spacecraft, or satellite image. Holograms, all of them. Theorists claim that the images are altered, but it would take a lot of time and resources to change every single one. They would also need to bribe every airline and pilot who flies to Finland to keep the secret. So that's enough information on that.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
See, the only way that I know...
I think we've all agreed Finland doesn't exist, right?
I don't know, because, I mean, to be fair...
exist.
The Animaniacs do sing Finland in their song. And, I mean, of all people to believe, the Animaniacs are a pretty reliable source. I'm just saying.
I'll be honest, that's enough proof for me. Yeah.
Which I've also wanted to...
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if you've gone back to watch some of the Animaniacs shows, but I always love it when you go back and, like, they had Czechoslovakia before it was Czech Republic and Slovakia. I love old shows for that.
Yeah.
I'm liking these, though. These are probably some of my favorite conspiracies that we've gone through, just because they're so ridiculous, and it's sad that I know people probably believe these.
Yes, my favorite is Project Bluebeam. Like, wow, what a jump that NASA is secretly trying to
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Replace Jesus.
Hey, NASA, what are you doing? Nothing. Looks like you're trying to replace Jesus. No.
Looks like you're trying to replace Jesus.
I like this theory that they're like one guy showed up, like the head of NASA, Steve NASA, shows up one day,
NASA,
and he's just like, guys, listen, we've been to space, landed on the moon. I think our next project is obvious. Replace Jesus.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is like,
should go.
yes.
It's like, finally. Yes. I'm glad we're on the same page for once, NASA. Steve.
Man, and to think we're about to go back to the moon again.
What a bunch of losers.
It's such a waste of time.
Didn't we find Jesus on the moon? No, we don't talk about that.
We found Santa Claus on the moon.
That's right.
Totally
That's
different.
right. He lives on the moon.
Yes.
He lives on the moon.
The Smoon.
It's a secret moon.
Oh, the secret moon.
Yes, the secret moon.
Smooth.
So, since that list we actually went through that list really fast, I'm going to read this real fast. I'm really curious about this. Fear of coronavirus-related apocalypse forces man to return ancient relics stolen in his youth.
Yes, I need to hear this.
So any year that's seen raging wildfires, mass coral bleaching, and a global pandemic, it's easy to feel a little... hang on, I got to zoom in again. This text is really small. It's easy to feel a little bit, is this the end? Like, you feel like it's the end. From time to time. For one man, the fear of a pending apocalypse generated by the coronavirus inspired him to shift a weight from his home as well as his conscience. Having stolen an ancient relic from the city of David, he returned the 2,000-year-old weapon to the Israeli Antiquities Authority, IAA, to clear his conscience. As teenagers, we can all be guilty of thinking we're immune to everything. But one rebel, without a cause, back in 2005, discovered that in 2020, he was greatly affected by the fear of wrath. A few weeks back, while cleaning for Passover, the man in question rediscovered his historic loot, a ballista stone taken from an archaeological site at the Jerusalem Walls National Park in the city of David, peppered with dust and regret in his adult home. To this point, his life had been unmarred by guilt over the stolen stone. But as the coronavirus outbreak heightened, so too did the weight of his secret. Now the IAA has revealed the ballista stone, an ancient catapult bolt that has been returned.
So now we can all get back to our normal lives. That's done.
We can get back to our normal lives. Yeah,
the virus should be clearing up any day now.
Any day now. Yeah. So, can you imagine? Like, how do you? Assuming the guy's married, like, how do you talk to your spouse about this? Like, so, sweetheart, I've just been really bothered by something. It's like, yeah, sweetheart, what's going on? Well, back in 2005, I stole an ancient relic from the city of David. so
I would leave it on my coffee table as a fun conversation piece.
I was going to say, the fact that he forgot that he had it and found it when he was cleaning up and was like, oh, crap, that's right. I stole this priceless artifact.
He's like, but he's smiling about it. He's like, good times. And then like the news is in the background. And it's like coronavirus spreading across the globe. He's, oh my God.
What did I do?
What have I done?
He takes it back and they're like, sir, what is this on the artifact? That's dust. No, the other thing. That's regret.
That's regret.
And also
15 years. Some cheese whiz?
Yeah, well, it's Dorito dust. I was eating Doritos, and I found it, and I was reminiscing.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man. I kept my key under it on my front lawn. It's.
He just kept it out in the lawn. Instead of having a fake rock, I have a ancient ballista from the city of David. No big deal.
Who doesn't? Yeah, right.
So
it's like, where'd you get your fake rock? Home Depot? Yeah, I got mine from the city of David.
Home Depot. What a loser.
This rock has aged for 2,000 years. But so is mine. Yeah, but not in the city of David. Oh,
not
right.
City of David.
David. Loser.
Oh my gosh. I feel like this rational wiki
Yes, I need to check it out.
We should use this to actually find random stuff.
Yeah.
So it's about Rational Wiki. Our purpose here at Rational Wiki includes analyzing and refuting pseudoscience and the anti-science movement, documenting the full range of crank ideas, explorations of authoritarianism and fundamentalism, analysis and criticism of how these subjects are handled in the media. And it has everything. Like it's
conspiracy theories portal.
It's got
conspiracy
medicine stuff. It's got global warming. There's like ufology portal, paranormal portal, denialism. Oh my gosh.
The logic portal. Denialism. Wow. Yeah.
HIV
so
denialism.
I'm a denialist. I tend to denial things.
Wow.
Or deny things if you want to use proper English, I suppose.
Interesting. Yeah, we could get some really good stuff for Mystery Cast from here.
Yeah. I mean, the only concern about the wiki is some of them are very, very hot topics.
Well, yeah, of course. So yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah. But they need to update their global warming portal. It's now climate change. They've updated their lingo in the last 20 years. So
no, that's actually a conspiracy as well. Is that they changed it to climate change to prevent people from knowing about the global warming conspiracy. So that when people search, they're like, oh, it's only taking them to climate change. Clearly, it's not global warming anymore.
It's a good idea, actually, if you think about it.
Yes,
yep. Yeah. Any other thoughts on these theories? I mean, do any of these theories bring up other theories, other ideas?
I still maintain I'm not working with NASA, so I don't know where this is coming from.
Damn, NASA, you scary.
Damn NASA. Trying to steal my mojo.
I like these. I'm surprised that DIA wasn't on this list, considering the CERN and Shiva was on this list. Because of the demon horse, I felt like that could have been a really good, if they're opening a portal for Shiva, we're kind of letting people into hell with our demon horse.
Exactly. So if these multi-billion-dollar, public projects, have a mascot, so we've got the demon horse at DIA, we've got Shiva, at CERN. Wouldn't it be hilarious if someone tried to start a new nefarious organization and big public project, and they just got a hard time from these other organizations because they don't have a mascot yet? Where's your mascot? We got our demon horse. We've got Shiva over here.
Yeah.
Where's your
NASA's over here, and they're like,
these guys don't even have a mascot. What a bunch of losers.
That's the real purpose of Project Bluebeam, is to get NASA a mascot, and it's Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus, the NASA mascot.
It's Jesus.
What, you got Shiva?
Got
Jesus. Get on my level.
They've got the conspiracy basketball tournaments, and they've all bring in their mascots. DIA basketball team's got the demon horse, and got a guy in a white robe over in the corner for NASA.
He's just hanging out waving. Hey.
Oh my goodness. These were fun. These were fun.
Yeah, they were fun. They were pretty good. Any of those that you had not heard of before?
Faking Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was definitely not aware of the faking Jesus part.
Me neither.
However, I was aware that Finland did not exist. That one I was already
aware of that. Yes,
I was aware of.
I actually flew over it once, and it's just a big blank space.
It's actually just like they got Sweden and they just copy and pasted it again right next to it.
So so what you're saying is there's an actual space where Finland should be, but it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
So they decided to make up a country to fill the space.
Oh
man, yeah.
Well, honestly, it was just the maps looked weird. That was the problem.
Finland is actually the biggest prank gone way too long. Someone was like, you know what? Let's just put this bit of land. We'll call it Finland.
Yeah.
Why Finland? Well, because fish have fins, but they're not allowed on land, so it'll just be ironic. So let's just call it Finland.
Yeah.
Screw it.
The guy's works for me.
So when were we actually going to tell everybody that Finland wasn't real? I mean, the jig has got to be up at some point. We'll tell them. We told you. We told you already. We will tell them that Finland is real.
I think Gary's mic just turned off for a second there.
Oh, did it?
Yep, I think his mic just completely shut down.
I can hear him mouthing the words.
Yeah,
oh, no.
I can see him trying.
I can see him. Yeah, no, obviously I can't hear him mouthing the words. That doesn't make any sense.
It's time for us to learn sign language.
Yeah, it's the only way.
Dan,
do you want to
while he's gone,
finish the show up?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and finish this up. Thank you, everyone, for watching this episode of Mystery Cast. We're not sure how long it's going to take Gary to fix the mic, if he's going to be able to. So thank you guys so much for watching today. This is sponsored by our subscribers on Twitch, twitch.tv/comicstorian, where we do stream this live every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's also supported by our Patreons over at patreon.com/comicstorian, where for $2 you get access to this podcast, other podcasts, and great additional content. You can also find this on our YouTube channel, Tales of Earth, which if you're watching it there, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Get those notifications whenever we go live. If you want to find more of me, I am on Twitter and Instagram at DanTProducer and on Twitch at DanTStreamer. If you want to find more of Andy, he is at For I Am the Andy on Instagram and nothing anywhere else. He doesn't exist outside of Instagram and this podcast.
That is true, yes.
And he's also the Antichrist.
That is also true.
Unaware. If you want to find more of Gary, he is on Twitter and YouTube as Film Circuit and Instagram as Northward Films. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Got my mic fixed.